Let's talk about plantar fasciitis, which can be quite debilitating, can be really sore, okay? I've got a golf ball as well. I'm going to give you a few sort of things to try to help, hopefully alleviate some of the pain, okay? So first things first, with plantar fasciitis, it's the plantar fascia that runs from the heel and connects into the toes, okay? It can get very tight. It also leads over this calcaneus, this heel, and it feeds into your gastrocnemius, your Achilles tendon. So it can be the fact that your back of your legs may need a stretch. I'm going to give you a couple of stretches there. But what we're going to start with is whenever you've sat or whenever you just get out of bed in the morning, that first point of contact with the floor can be quite sore. So before you move, I want you to take hold of the foot, if you can, whether you're in bed or sat on a chair, and I want you to perform a little stretch yourself. So like a manual stretch, you're pulling your toes back and you're holding onto the heel. And if your plantar fascia is tight, you will feel or even see that is starting to come out the middle of the foot a little bit. So you're getting a stretch. Now obviously do what's bearable. Don't over strain or force any of these movements. 10 to 20 second hold, release it, do it again. We're going to go for 5 of those on each foot if it's in both feet. Again, 10 to 20 seconds, just stretching as much as is bearable and then releasing it about 5 times, okay? When you've done that, you might want to just get into a little bit of massage. Both thumbs right through the middle. Start at sort of the top end, so right by the ball of the foot. And maybe just think about splaying. So you're almost pulling apart that fleshy bit of the sole of the foot. It can get really uncomfortable, usually more towards the heel and that lower part of the arch. So just again, go to where it's comfortable. Don't force it. Go to what's bearable. And then when you've done a little bit of manual sort of manipulation, you might be a little bit easier to get out of bed or get out of the chair. Because normally when you start walking, it starts to ease up a little bit. Now, another thing you can do, again, only if it's bearable. I'm going to do it on this bench, but obviously do it on the floor. I'm just doing it here so you guys can see. You're going to get a golf ball or something softer if you prefer. And you're going to take a little roll on the ball. You're just going to try and release a tiny bit of tension, but just do what's comfortable, guys. If you're really feeling a lot of acute pain with it, maybe avoid this one, especially a golf ball, it's quite tough. But if you can bear it, usually that gives you a little bit of release once you have finished rolling. And I would do that for 30 to 60 seconds on each foot if you need to, okay? So wherever you're comfortable. Now, a really good way of trying to take down the inflammation is if you do the same sort of thing on a water bottle that you've had in the freezer. So something really cold, cylindrical, and you're going to do the same thing. And you can even do that at night if you're sort of sat down in the evening watching TV or whatever. Get a bottle out the freezer, pop it down, and just roll your foot back and forth on it, okay? So that nice ice will get into that inflammation. Another thing you can do, let me put my golf ball down. We talked about the calves being quite tight. So you can take it into a little calf stretch. Make sure that heel is planted, so you're going to feel the stretch through the back of the leg, but also probably through the foot in question. Relax your shoulders so you're not doing anything crazy with the upper body, and just hold that stretch. 20 to 30 seconds. Again, each leg if you want to, if you're struggling with both feet. 20 to 30 seconds. And if you can do that 2 to 3 times, that's going to help, okay? And finally, you might want to try this on a step or the stairs in your house. Make sure you're holding on. You can do this both legs, you can do it single. It's up to you. But start with both. Get the balls of your feet on the edge of a step or a stair. You are very gently going to drop both heels and you're going to hold it for a second or 2. Then you're going to lift and you're going to hold it for a second or 2. And then you're going to lower again. So we're holding either end of this and you're going to lift, okay? And you might find one way up or down is more uncomfortable. You might get more of a stretch, but you're doing what works for you. And like I say, if you can go to single leg, go to single leg, but only do what works, okay? And I would do 10 of these, and I would try and repeat that 2 to 3 times, okay? So give those a little go. Start with a bit of manual work, the stretch, the manual, maybe the ice bottle or the golf ball. Move into a bit more stretch work, okay? Hopefully that helps a little bit, alleviate that pain. Sometimes it needs a bit of rest, okay? But other times, keep it moving and see how you get on, because it can ease with the movement, okay? Hopefully that helps, all right? Take care, okay? Thanks so much.